And so that's going to say start streaming. You can see here that now we're live. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and jump back over to YouTube to confirm that we're now sending over our stream.
Well. Okay, so I think we're connected and we're live now. I'm going to give people a chance to pipe up here and let me know if they're seeing what's going on. I have no idea how many viewers. Oh, okay, the system's telling me I have 3 concurrent viewers. So, and I have a chat box here that I can read your comments as you're typing them in. So if there's anybody out there listening, by all means, use the chat and let me know if you can hear me and if the screen quality is good. I'd like to just go through a few things with you today because this is sort of a special day. It's the first day that I've tried this live streaming, and I'm using an external camera, so that means I can actually take this and point it around and stuff like that. Show you what I'm doing. It's a little more complicated, I think, than using a webcam, something attached to the laptop, but it seems to be working. So it's quite exciting here. Now I better put my is lower than recommended. Okay, I should use a higher bit rate. It says here. So I'm using a lower than average bit rate. Wonder if I can do this. Stream settings. Can I use a higher bit rate? You're saying 2672 is lower than, okay, we recommend I use 4500. 4500. Open widget. Let's see what it says here. There's no widget analytics. No, I don't see anything. Oh, hey, there I see Russell. Hello from the UK. Hi there, Russell. I've got my streaming settings lower than they should be. YouTube's, I'm just going to write it down on my table here. They're saying I should use a bit rate of 4500. So I'll do that for the next stream. It's a bit of a slow thing. Let's see if I can type. Hi, Russell. Is that with 2 L's? Oh yeah, 2 L's. You're the first one. Good stuff. See, Russell, can you hear me okay? Let's see. For some reason your background is good focus, but I look slightly out of focus, eh? Oh. I wonder if maybe I move the camera a little further away. How about that? Okay, so I hear from Glenn. Glenn saying, hi from Australia. Hi, Glenn. Man, this stuff is working really good for a first shot at it. I'm going to move this camera back closer a little bit again. Maybe the focus is, see if I go real close, maybe I get in focus or further away. Might be focusing on the wrong thing for some reason, but let's see here. So, okay, I'll before we get into the main meat of the live stream, I'll we'll kind of dally around a little bit and see if there's a few more people coming on. I see there's 6 concurrent users now, so that's good. Oh, Norwood Cooper, load and clear. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Norwood. Yeah, this is really cool. I got to tell you, I really had to scratch my head a lot for doing this. I think the next stream I do will be better because I'll use a higher bit rate. But let's see, the definition of your hair comes and goes a touch. Oh, okay. It's more than workable though. That's good to know. Okay. I'll probably be able to review this live stream afterwards too, and assess how what I might have to do to improve it. But hey there, Pierrette Gagnon. Are you from? Let me guess, from Quebec, with a name like Gagnon, or Canadian? Good to see you here. So this live stream, okay, we're up to 7 concurrent users. Part of the reason I wanted to have this live stream is, I'll show you right here. You know what these are, eh? My activity's being severely curtailed right now, for a while at least, because for some reason I pinched a sciatic nerve in my back, and now I'm 68 now, so I've been through some good times and bad times, but this was, I think, the worst time in my life as far as pain goes. I pinched that sciatic nerve, and I was through extreme pain, like level 9 pain, continuously for 3 or 4 days, not able to sleep. So now I'm still hobbling around on crutches, but and it actually is getting better, so that's good. But I won't be able to be quite as active for a short time here. Okay. And I just kind of figured I'd pass that along to those people who are following the channel, that if you see a little kind of interruption in service, I thought, well, maybe I should just try this live streaming instead, and that way we kind of keep things going. I can hear from you guys, and what things you'd like to see done on the channel, stuff like that. Just a little update, and if you want, we can talk about the Canadian healthcare system. You know how long it took for me to get an ambulance? Yeah, 5 hours. And then when I got to the emergency, an extreme pain, sciatic pain, so you can't sit long, I had to sit for 10 hours before a doctor would see me. So anyways, yeah, let's see what some of these chats are saying here. Okay, Pierre again. Oh, Nickel Belt. Where's Nickel Belt, Pierrette? Oh, okay, 7 concurrent viewers. What you're looking at here is my little studio, and until about yesterday, I couldn't sit here even as long as we've been talking right now. That sciatic pain was so severe that I have to keep on moving. I don't know if any of you have ever had that. It's a terrible thing if you pinch it bad. Like it went, my upper thigh muscle just went in Charlie horse spasms, and you know how painful a Charlie horse can be. It's almost at the maximum of that pain. It was just, and then my knee would go out, my leg was all numb. It was really weird. So I'm sure glad that I'm past the most of it. I've gone about 24 hours without any pain meds now, so that says something, I guess, for improvement. But so anyways, one of the things I'm really excited about is the work we're doing on our trap line. I think tried to share what I can on that, because I'm building up to what should be sort of the crescendo of that when we actually sit down and begin building this new trapping cabin. It's going to be a stick build, so out of 2x6s and stuff like that. The last video we brought out all that bad insulation. Now we're trying to do this all on the cheap because we're not wealthy people by any means, but we've got all this bad insulation for free. My son found it in the garbage dump. And then we got a whole bunch of, we got 4 windows for free and a couple of doors as well. So that's also a real blessing to have that part taken care of. I think the the lumber we're going to have to pay outright for. But I have a son-in-law, Tristan. He's 21. He was in the last video, and he's going to do the entire build of that. He's an experienced framer. He's an experienced everything for a young fellow like that. That's really fortunate to have him around. And he's actually out in Westlock right now, outside of Westlock at DAP, the place is called, taking a trapper's course. So part of what we're doing here is to get the younger generation moved up the ranks here, because so my wife is actually the senior trapper on our trap line, because it was much easier for her to obtain one being First Nations, and also from Treaty 8, which is where the trap line is located in. And so once you have a trap line, the idea is to pass it on from generation to generation. But in order, now it can be easily transferred to a family member, but that family member does have to be an experienced, licensed trapper, the way things work here in Canada. So our son already went out. He obtained his trapping license, and before a trap line can be passed on to him or a grandson, they have to have 3 years experience under their belt. So our son has got 1 year through already, and he's on his second year. And now our grandson will get his trapping license. We're going to sign him up this year and get him started on that 3-year minimum requirement. Because, I'm 68, my wife is 72. We know we're not going to live forever. God willing, we'll be able to be active still for another 10 years or so, but you never know, right? So we want to prepare for that. Now, let's see. So anybody, let's see, we got 9 concurrent viewers. This is all coming through okay for everybody, right? Hope so. There's my wife. She's walking around here. She can walk around alongside here and say hi to you if she's not too bashful. She's making lasagna for the whole family. We're having a birthday party later on today. We have 2 kids and 11 grandkids and 1 great-grandchild now. So we get together at least once a week, and which is a real blessing. That's something that not enough people are able to do, it seems, these days. I'll bring my wife here. Come here and say hi. Oh, you can just wave. She's not exactly made up for this stuff, but you can look in the camera there, you can see. Eh?
Oh, hi there, everybody.
So we've been married now 48 years, just this past August. So good marriage, good wife. We kind of work things out together. So we even being trapped in this house with me being sick, we still get along. So you can't do much better than to have to marry right. That's for sure, and that's something everybody wants to do, but it doesn't always work out. So we're very thankful for that. Oh, I see. I got, let's see, who else is out here? I see Go Fish 67, loud and clear. Hey, good. You're from Ohio, eh? Go Fish. And nice to hear from you. Norwood Cooper, do you have a dislocated disc? No, actually, at first that's what I thought it was, like a herniated disc. But from their inspection of me, the pain is only right down the right side of my buttocks, kind of, that pain, and it's not in the spine itself, so it doesn't look like it's a bulged disc, which I'm actually pretty thankful for, because that would be worse, I think, because you may need surgery. So it looks like with this, I'm just going to have to let the nerve heal, and I'm hopeful that I'll be walking around without crutches pretty soon, but might have to be on light duty. So this is going to give me an excellent opportunity to get out of work, right? I got some bunch of grandkids here. They're young and strong, so let them carry stuff for me for a while. Okay, let's see here. I see Peter Winkle. Says, hey y'all. Hey there, Peter. Where are you from? Go Fish 67. How long before you hit the trap line? Well, we were just there about 2 weeks ago. That's when I posted the last video on that, and we were planning to be back there by now already, but then I got hit with this sciatic nerve injury, which actually happened, I guess about 8 days ago on a Friday. Really put me out of commission. Just kind of a warning for any of you guys that may have had back injuries like that before, or sciatic nerve injuries. It had been sore already for about 5 days prior to that, and was sort of kind of getting worse and worse. And there was one point where I just kind of lifted my right leg to actually just get out of the bathtub, and bang, that was it. I was in extreme pain. So I think what you got to do when you got to listen to your body a little bit when your back is starting to go on you. It says, hey, you better just take it easy on it. And I think if I had kind of taken it easy, I don't think I would have had this happen. But as it is, hopefully somebody else learns from it. If things go well, I think we'll be back in the trap line in 2 weeks for sure. I'm pretty sure of that. And then we're going to... You see, what we've done is... not all of you are from Canada, but in Canada we have registered fur management areas. And that's something that the government assigns to a trapper. So one trapper is assigned to a very large defined area. Like ours is like, 42,000 acres. It's really big. And but these are overlapping allotments. So you have the rights to all the fur in that area, and logging companies could have the rights to the trees, the logs in that area, and an oil company could have rights to the underground resources and mining and so forth too. So these are all overlapping, and the government expects us to cooperate and work together. And so we've been working with Alpac, which is a very large producer of pulp for fiber boards and stuff. And I asked them to level off an area for us. If you see some of the videos of the cabin on the channel that show overhead, you can see where the cabin is, and just right across the road from the cabin, it's kind of a very narrow sand road. Then there's an area that's open there, and they've agreed to just level that off, send a grader or cat in there and level that off for us so we can have a nice platform to build a new cabin on. So they say they're going to be free to do that in about 3 weeks, something like that, hopefully. So we're kind of holding off a little bit on the cabin build to see if they level that off, because that's going to make it a whole lot easier for us. Now let me see here. We got 7 concurrent viewers, and let's see who else. Your drone allows some stunning footage of the trapline. Isn't that something, eh? Like I kind of took a chance on buying that drone because I've never used one of those before, and they're quite pricey. And then I spent over $1,000 on it. Canada, everything's expensive. And you're supposed to take this and send it up in the air and fly it like a mile away and do stuff like that, and hope that it comes back or it doesn't crash. It's pretty tense, but the technology is so good. It's amazing. Like those things, they have obstacle avoidance on them, and you can see on your controller what it sees, and you can kind of hit a map and see where it is in relation to you, all that kind of stuff. And if you lose track of it or it starts to lose connection, it'll just stop and it'll fly right back to you, return to home. So I've been really pleased with adding that drone for the content on this channel. It's given me a chance to show the context of what we're filming, which makes, I think, a huge difference, especially on the trap line. That's been nice. So thanks Go Fish for prepares for recovery. And Pierre Gagnon, liberal cobblers with no good deeds. You must be a Canadian. Land Cruiser Chevy, I haven't heard from you until now. Love the drone footage. This is really nice to hear from you guys because I put quite a bit of work into ensuring that I capture some drone footage. And, you know, sometimes when you do stuff like this, you're not sure if that is really all that helpful to the experience of the videos and whether people value that or not. So if you value that and I hear about that, that's definitely helpful for me, because a lot of the stuff I do is sort of on faith, you know, thinking that if I like it, hopefully other people like it too, right? And that's not always the case, but with this channel, I've basically been creating content based on what interests me. So I don't want to get too carried away with the drone stuff, but at the same time, it provides some excellent opportunities to capture things I wouldn't have a chance to otherwise. So let's see here. Yeah. Russell, in the UK, I've seen drone surveys of sewers. Amazing how they partly self-navigate the sewer walls. Yeah, that the drones are capable of amazing stuff. It's I'm trying to think. I've done some unusual stuff with my drone too. I've flown it indoors, for instance. I kind of take some chances with it. But finding that kayak on that last video, that was that almost helps pay for a drone like that, because it's a pretty good kayak. Let's see here. So we got 9 concurrent viewers. You know, this is good. This is good. I think I'm going to do this live stream stuff again. If there's anything you guys are wondering about, whether it's the trapping, maybe my wife's background, her being indigenous, you know, just let me know in the comments here. I'm happy to answer what I can. I'm retired now, as a lot of you may know. I like the vape. Quit smoking about 10 years ago, and I switched to vaping. Smoking was really kicking my butt here. It's a bad addiction, but really the addiction is the nicotine, right? And I switched to vaping, and it's been very smooth since then. My health improved dramatically. So I know that's kind of a controversial subject. Some people think it's really bad, but actually it's like 95% better than smoking cigarettes with all those chemicals they have in them, and also that tar. That tar is what clogs your lungs, eh? Vape is just liquid. So let's see here. Now, what else I see? Where in Canada am I located? Oh, okay. We're located in Edmonton, Alberta, and our trap line, if you know where the Fort McMurray is, where the tar sands are, our trap line is west of that, but about the same amount north. So just west of that by 100 kilometers or so. And my wife, she's originally from, you probably can find High Level on northwestern Alberta, high up there. And between High Level and Rainbow Lake, there's a small reserve called, used to be called Assumption, and now it's called Chate. So she's Denetha from up there. She speaks her language. She was brought up there. So her father was a trapper. So she's well accustomed to life on the trap line, and has always wanted to get back to it. So you know, it took a little while, but we got our trap line now. So we're making the most of it and hoping to pass that and the knowledge of hunting and trapping and all things indigenous that my wife knows on to the next generation. Because without that in the city, everything is too easy and made for you. But you know, you get out in the bush, like we're far, far away from anybody. When we drive up there, it's a very rough road, and you can drive for half hour, an hour, and never encounter another vehicle. So there's not much for humans up there. You got to take care of yourself. Let's see here. Enjoy the channel. Norma Cooper, enjoy your channel. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting a few things here. Oh, we got 12 concurrent viewers. That's why I have to keep my glasses on so I can read the chats here. Let's see. Series. We're in Canada. Join your channel. Cheers, Dave. There's Caper 55. Land Cruiser Chevy. Norwood Cooper. Land Cruiser Chevy. Well, back to work for me. So see you, Norwood. You have to get back to work. Thanks for dropping in. And let's see. So Land Cruiser Chewy. Know it well. Used to tree plant in all those areas. Ah, okay. So back in the 90s. So you have some experience there. Russell, I enjoyed your leather work videos. After watching them, I intend to make some basic straps and ammunition holders and stuff. Yeah, that's another thing that I enjoyed sharing was the leather work. I think that's something that's so cheap and easy to get into that it's really something that almost everybody, especially an outdoorsman or people who use guns, should teach themselves, because you can just make anything you want for practically nothing and make it exactly the way you like. Once you learn just a few basic skills, it's really simple. Okay, after watching, okay. Boodley, Ontario. Somewhere else, there's such a, yeah. Nice to hear from you, Go Fish 67. And Pierre Gagnon, my mom Denise worked at L'Ecole. Oh, the Assumption. Oh, the Assumption. Oh, interesting. So, is that the Assumption, Pierrette? Is that the Assumption between High Level and Rainbow Lake? Sounds like it. Sask Dad asks, are you First Nations? No, I'm not First Nations, even the slightest. I'm from Dutch descent. My parents came over from the Netherlands, and I was born here. But so my wife and I, when we met, it was really totally a total mismatch. Like we had no friends in common or anything, no social connections amongst each other. Actually, just introduced myself to her. Just saw her sitting there and walked over and got her phone number. This is back in the days before you swipe left or right on these apps, eh? So you had to screw up the courage to walk up to a gal and started a little conversation. So I met her that one night. I wrote down on the calendar the day that I met her, which was March 5th. I said, because I knew then I was going to marry that gal. So 5 months later, we were married. And that's, I guess, a testament to the fact that maybe you don't necessarily have to have a long engagement to make a good choice in marriage. You either know or you don't know. So that was 48 years ago. But, that's required a lot of adjustment, not being from such totally different backgrounds. There's got to be a lot of give and take, right? Going to visit her family, we always would go up to visit frequently, and it's a long ways to go. Very different culture. They all speak Dene up there, so quite often you're sitting around and everybody's talking in their language, and you're kind of the only one. You're just a bystander, right? I mean, they're very kind about it and stuff, but they love to speak their language. So, but really, she goes through a lot of that fitting into my culture for the other 51 weeks of the year, let's say. So it's more than fair, and I really do get along well with her family and hers with mine. So all that has been good. Let's see what we have here. Absolutely an area that calls itself Rainbow District. Oh, okay. So Pierrette, yeah, that's must be the same place we're talking about. the what's called Assumption. They changed the name to Chate. So, all the info. Glenn, you've been following some of the 45-120 cartridge stuff. That is that's something I really like to share because I was in a position to do it and get into the 45-120, which kind of differentiated the channel a little bit from the crowd because there's not that many channels that have a gun like that, and the Ruger number 1 as well, that being a custom rifle. So I thought that would make a nice point of interest and something that you can shooting it with smokeless powder really is a different sort of thing than what the cartridge was designed for. It was made for black powder, of course. So I enjoyed making the videos on that, sharing what my test results were. I had to do a lot of testing, for instance, to get that bullet so it wouldn't lead the barrel, and I eventually ended up on a gas check solution. So let's see here. Geo's here too, eh? Okay, hey there, Geo. He says, hi, I really enjoy the channel. Are you going to get a chance to get out and call moose in the next while? You know, Geo, we would be out there calling moose right now if I hadn't screwed up my back. I don't know, maybe you came in a little bit later, but I'll just showing people this is what I'm getting around on right now. I badly pinched a sciatic nerve, so I'm still having to walk around on crutches to keep the pressure off my one leg. But we'd love to be out there now. All through our marriage, we raise the kids on moose meat, and we bring in 1 or 2 moose every year to fill the freezer. So it would be nice to get out there and do that again. Now let's see, full half. Hey there, full half. Apparently you treated her well. Afternoon, sir. I hope so, full half. I hope so. We have a really happy marriage, I have to say. It's I have no complaints at all. She's the perfect wife. But you know, part of that too is part of it isn't totally to chance, because when I first met her, the first night I was just mentioning before, I had an idea in my head of what kind of woman I wanted to marry too. Maybe not everybody does. I mean, looks are important, and they were for me too back then. But I wanted a woman who enjoyed the outdoors and would be comfortable with that, not just one that says she likes the outdoors, but likes to hunt and stuff like that. So when I sat down with my wife for the first time, asking her about her background and stuff, and she started telling me how her father was being a trapper all his life, and how they're raised originally and starting off in a log cabin without any electricity or running water and stuff. I was just saying to myself, man, this is the perfect gal. So we had our interests aligned, the same sort of type of people. She's very adventurous. She's willing to get out and give it a shot. Like, we rode motorcycles, Harley Davidsons, together for 25 years for part of our marriage too. We just do a lot of the same stuff, and that makes a huge difference. Let's see here. Wife's leather and bead. Oh yeah, who's that? Russell. Yeah. So glad to hear you like my wife's beadwork. She's doing that right now. She does that every day. She's got a little room on the side, and she just beads and beads. She does, every pattern she does is a unique pattern. She never draws on the material first what she's going to bead. She just starts from the middle and then works her way out, and she produces beautiful patterns, based on what she's been taught from her mother and passed down. So the beading is for Denetha is quite interesting, because the old women there, they can look at a beaded set of beaded moccasins or whatever, and they can pretty well tell you which family that pattern originated from. So they all have their own little slight takes on things. So It's quite interesting. A few of my wife's creations are actually in the Royal Alberta Museum as well, so they seem to appreciate it also.
I made your vest.
Oh, yeah, this vest. She made this vest for me.
Yeah, this, I do a lot of beadwork, traditional, then I do my own tan, and I made his vest. So this is what I do for pastime.
Yeah, thanks, dear. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, she does that every day, on 80% of the day, and people are just. She's just flooded with so many requests to make items that one person can't satisfy all the requests. So she just does what she can. She also tans the moose hide, so that's a special. Depending on who you are, you may not be familiar with it, but natives have a special way of making moose hide into leather that is superior to anything that you can buy in the store in terms of warmth, especially. So they smear with brain. They make a solution out of the brain of the animal, and then they scrape and they smoke it, and it's a lot of work. One moose hide done that way will sell for like $5,000. So the kind of crafts that she produces using that are necessarily quite expensive, because the hide involves a lot of work, right? So let's see here. Full half. Did that one stick? Took a blue. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Glenn, I shoot both black and smokeless in mine. Oh yeah. So Glenn, you're shooting 45-120 as well, eh? One of the reasons, quite honestly, I've stayed away from black is because of the value of that Ruger #1, being a custom with the engraving and all that. I really don't want to muck it up with the residue from black powder. But also the second reason is, we're hunting moose, and I want to get that bullet flying out of there as fast as a cast bullet can handle, to give myself a flat trajectory, so that I'll be less dependent on my range estimation when it comes to an animal that's a bit on the far distance away. So that's been working out good so far. But yeah, kudos to you for doing the black as well. That's a whole set of skills and knowledge in itself. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Rabology. Oh, hello from the UK. Still a big fan of your channel since discovering your channel after you gave me some advice on a beginner YouTube page. Oh, nice to hear from you again then, Rabology. I do stay pretty active. I'm waving goodbye to my wife as she goes shopping. I do stay pretty active on Facebook. I actually created the group on Facebook called Bullet Casting and Reloading. The name has changed a little bit over the years. It's the Powder Coating Free group. So it's a group I created just because there was so much argumentation about powder coating cast bullets versus doing a traditional way. I said, let's just make a group dedicated solely to those who do it the traditional way, and then we just don't allow any of that endless arguments to detract from it, right? So that group is, I think it's over 10,000 members in the group. It's maybe you might have heard from me from there. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Pierrette, Moon Threads keep stitching into the future. And Chris R. Oh, hi there, Chris. And Full Half. Hey, hello. Oh, you must have caught the missus just before she left. Yeah. And yeah, Land Cruiser Chewy. I would love to see a moose hide tan. If you look around on the channel, dig in a bit, you could look under. I have a whole bunch of playlists because there's well over 400 videos on the channel now. It's been doing this for a bit. But I do have one on native crafts and culture, and on tanning, I think, as well. So look through the playlists, and that might help you find things, because I'm sure I got quite a bit of stuff on the moose hide tanning and stuff like that. Let's see. So now I'm gonna have to move a bit because that sciatic nerve is starting to take a little bit of its toll on me. So we might not. We might have to end this stream in a little while. Let's see. Where are we here? Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's really nice hearing from you. There's 13 concurrent viewers right now, and I'm actually really happy that even got 2 or 3, because the way I've set up this live stream is just kind of launching it without any warning. Next time I might kind of do a scheduled live stream, but I was impatient with this one, and I just wanted to see if it would work, and it's really gratifying to see that. I'll review this on. The live stream will be retained on the channel in the live stream section for later viewing. So I'll be able to take a little look at that, and we'll see whether or not I can improve certain things. Right now, I'm just using the microphone from the camera itself, so I'm not sure if that's ideal, but hopefully this little camera is pretty good for audio from what I've noticed. It's the one I've started using on the videos for this channel, especially the last one, and it's quite an improvement. It's a DJI Action 4. It just came out like a month ago, and stuff I used to use before was a DJI Pocket 2 camera, which is also good, but this one is even better. So let's see here. Oh, Chris R. Hello. Oh yeah, there's Chris R again. Yeah. Hey there, Chris. Pierre Gagnon. I had an opportunity to design and model a beaded deer hide dress. Oh yeah, I was Pierrette. I was going to kind of run that by you. You are a female, right? Okay, because your name is Pierrette, and I thought, oh, that might be female. So yeah, nice to hear from you, Pierrette. My wife likes to hear from more women on the channel, and I think especially the beading is what draws women's interest in the native crafts. So really nice to have you aboard. So yeah, you should. It's too bad I can't see some of the deer hide dresses you've modeled. That would be interesting. Okay, so Full Half says take care of yourself, and Chic Outdoors, hey, cool, you're live, this is cool. Yeah, isn't that cool, Chic? I can't believe this is working. Like, technology nowadays is incredible. And I'm not actually a complete novice at this tech stuff, because quite honestly, I worked as a software developer for 20 or 30 years back in the 80s, when the first personal computers came out. I went out and bought a Radio Shack color computer. It's when the first Intel PC came out too, because I noticed kids at university getting into that stuff, and there was not much for training to be a programmer in those days, so I just taught myself, and eventually wound up doing it full time. So it's a fast-moving field, technology, and compared to the way things were back in the 80s and 90s to where they are now, it's just actually it's very satisfying, because everything is just kind of plug and play, and it makes it a lot more accessible for more people. So maybe that's why I'm managed to get a little bit done, because you for a YouTube channel you have to have employ a lot of different skills. It's not just hold the camera and taking a video, but you have to write scripts to some extent. You have to do some graphics with photo work and stuff like that. There's a lot of different things involved, and the big channels, they have teams of people to do that. but everything on this channel I do it myself. So that's how I can just do what I like, because I'm not losing money doing it, right? That's the advantage. So just make things the way I think they should be and not worry about the money coming in. Although it is nice, I get some money from the channel, but it's certainly not anything you're going to live off. Right? So anyways, the YouTube notification worked. Okay, so Russell, that's good to hear. I think, you know, guys, not all guys, Pierrette too, and there's maybe more. I think maybe we should wrap up the stream because, in fact, I don't even know how to stop the stream yet. So I'm oh no, I see there's an end stream button up there. I probably should wrap this up because I don't want to sit with this on this sciatic nerve for too long. It gets it's something that I have to keep moving around for. So I want to thank all of you for stopping by. Let me know what you think. This has been very, very gratifying, and it was nice to be able to introduce my wife a little bit as well. So let's do this again sometime. I think it'll get better and better. Thankfully, it wasn't a total disaster from a technical standpoint, from the looks of it, and so that'll the next time should be better, I think. So we'll catch you next time from the Way to Native Chronicles. God bless. Okay, here's June. Oh, it says end here.